let's talk about what is really confusing to Grammy neophytes, which is this Song of the Year race, because it sounds like Record of the Year. We know it's really for the songwriter, not the recording artist. And usually, 50% of the time, this goes to the same piece of music that's nominated for Best Record. It's kind of given as a bookend prize. But this year, for instance, we have Beyonce nominated for Halo in the Record of the Year lineup, and we have Single Ladies here. Now, I think Single Ladies is a viable contender. I'm not going out there to predict it. Look at Darren shaking his head here. But I think that in the case, remember when U2 had Walk On and what was the other thing that
Stuck
in a Moment.
Stuck in a Moment you can't get out of.
When musicians had a split like that and one was different, sometimes that jumps out enough that it could win. Single Ladies is her best song. It's really a sexy, catching song. I think it has a chance, but you don't think so.
I don't think so. Voters do not like dance. Like, for Song of the Year, like, voters like big, lush love songs.
That's true.
Dance songs never win Song of the Year. Like,
I think
Gaga. Gaga and Beyonce here are out. They are out. Dance songs do not win here, and that is exactly why the Black Eyed Peas did not get nominated here, I think.
Mm-hmm. I think it's lyrics that are like poetry, kind of, but I hope I'm not overanalyzing at that point.
No,
I don't think lyrically. I don't think lyrically Single Ladies is like that. I mean, I think it's equal to like Hey Ya back in the day, almost.
Pretty much.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah. But I think it benefits you simply because it's not nominated elsewhere. But I could be totally wrong.
And you are, Tom. And you are.
It wouldn't be the first time, Darren. You Somebody, we think, is really the strongest contender here, right?
You know what?
Because it's also up for Record of the Year. We both think 2-1. You're outnumbered here, David. We both think that You Somebody is going to take both prizes.
I really think so. I mean, record and song normally match up, and I think that this is one of those
poetry
years.
too. That whole point that David's making about poetry, it's in this song.
Yeah, poetry, a big, lush love song.
I think if you look at the 5 nominees, I think Beyonce and Maxwell are both going to split the R&B vote, as awful as that sounds.
I agree.
And we're not taking Poker Face seriously. And then what's the other one? Taylor Swift.
Now,
I think voters will look at Kings of Leon. I keep forgetting them, but I think people will look at Taylor Swift and be like, "Wow, was a teenager when she wrote it," and I think she has the momentum. I mean, it's not the best, greatest song in the world, but I think it has momentum enough.
I think.
What if I'm right by this? You guys both knocked me down with this. What if I'm right with Taylor Swift if she wins 8?
That's why.
Right.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think she could win.
I think that voters may want to. They might give it to Taylor here, since she is seen as like some really big song writer now.
Right. That's an important part of her as an artist.
I think that if Taylor wins, it will be the same case as Alicia Keys. She didn't win record, but voters wanted to honor her songwriting skills, so they gave her this one.
It's possible.
David, your whole theory on this is you're predicting Taylor wins this because you're predicting Taylor wins record, and because those two go together, that's why you're saying this, right?
I also think, which I haven't mentioned, I think there's an indicator of her winning big because she's a country artist who got 2 nominations in the pop field, and one of those 2 was for like not a hit. So I think that's a sign. I remember like when Lauryn Hill won big, she was nominated for Pop Female for like the bonus track, the cover of Can't Take My Eyes Off You.
Right.
Remember that, Darren?
Right.
Yeah. So I think that's a sign. I think she has momentum. I think she could possibly win big. I think the Grammys overall is like the game rock, paper, scissors, with your hands, like paper covers rock.
I agree.
No, I think it's like that. And I think the general field is like your compass to the other categories. And I think the other categories, you have to be nominated in the various things. And I think she could pull it off.
You know what, David? I think that Taylor Swift will win album of the year, female pop
That's a bold
vocal,
statement.
country, female country song, and country.
So she'll win the country field.
Yeah, so 5 wins there. Perfect. Like
I think she could win the 2 in the pop field. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. I think she's the front runner,
remember
though.
the year of Amy Winehouse. I warned you. I was like, I'm telling you, she's winning record and song, and you wouldn't listen. And once again, I was right. I didn't.
What did I pick? I picked
Kirby though, but I'm telling you now, Taylor is not winning.
That's a
record
good point,
and song.
though, because a lot of the critics, that was the year of Umbrella, right?
Was that too mean, Tom?
No, give it to him. Was that the Umbrella?
No,
year?
most of the critics.
Yeah.
To end your point, that was the year of Umbrella, right?
Right.
Right. And most of the critics predicted Umbrella, and most of the critics are predicting You Somebody this year. So we'll see.
In that case, it has to lose. Oh, come on.
Yeah.
That is
No, I'm not saying that's the case. I'm just saying the critics are not always right.
That's an awful lot. Yeah, I'm sorry, David.
That ain't wrong,
I'm not buying that one.
That's not right.
All right, so we basically have no clue what's going on here. But
I do.
But
telling you guys.
Viewers, if you've got a ranch, don't bet it on this race. This really is one of the kookiest races of all time.
Bet on mine. I'm telling you, You Somebody. I'm telling you.
It's got the lush symphonic sound. It's got the poetry. In it. Well, maybe he's got a point.